Hello guys! There's a colossal buzz stirring in the Chinese EV space, and if what's circulating turns out to be true, it could very well send NIO stock soaring through the roof. While I have to stress this is still just a rumor, nothing is set in stone, the implications are massive. The information coming out of China hints at a deal of such scale that it could fundamentally reshape NIO's position in the global automotive industry. And if you're an investor or even just someone watching the EV sector closely, this is something you'll want to pay attention to. So what's the rumor? Word on the street here in China is that McLaren, yes, the iconic British automaker known for crafting some of the most exquisite performance machines on the planet, isn't just using a little bit of NIO's technology. No, the suggestion is that McLaren could be investing €1 billion into NIO. Let that sink in. Not a simple partnership, not just licensing a few components, an investment potentially worth €1 billion. Let's break this down, because it's more than just a big number. We do know one thing for certain. McLaren is officially going to be integrating NIO technology into their future vehicles. That part isn't speculation, it's already confirmed through CYVN, the Abu Dhabi-based investment group that's heavily tied to both companies. And this info is even listed on McLaren's own investor relations materials. McLaren has already acknowledged they'll benefit directly from NIO's tech. But what hasn't been clear until now is the financial magnitude of this collaboration. That's where this rumored €1 billion figure comes into play. According to several sources familiar with ongoing conversations in the Chinese EV space, this isn't just another supply chain partnership. Instead, it's being framed as a strategic investment, one that mirrors the kind of move we saw Volkswagen make with XPeng a few years ago when they invested $700 million to secure access to XPeng's EV platform. If true, McLaren wouldn't just be using NIO's batteries, they'd be relying on NIO's entire technological ecosystem. That includes their proprietary chips, smart vehicle software, cloud architecture, suspension systems, and, most significantly, their game-changing battery swap infrastructure. Imagine future McLaren vehicles that retain their British design DNA but are fundamentally powered by Chinese EV innovation underneath the hood. That, my friends, would be an industry-altering shift. And yet, despite the scale of what's potentially happening, this isn't getting widespread media attention in China or globally. Many are simply unaware of the scope of what's unfolding. But make no mistake, when and if this €1 billion investment is confirmed publicly, it's going to trigger an absolute frenzy not only among investors but across the entire automotive sector. Now let's talk numbers. NIO has had its fair share of financial challenges. The company reported a loss of approximately $900 million in the fourth quarter alone. So a cash injection on the scale of €1 billion, which roughly converts to $1.1 billion, would immediately extend NIO's financial runway, ease liquidity concerns, and give the company more breathing room to scale, research, and expand globally. It wouldn't just buy them time, it would buy them influence, partnerships, and legitimacy in circles that previously might have dismissed them as just another Chinese automaker. Now here's where things get really interesting from a market perspective. NIO stock is currently one of the most shorted EV stocks out there. Bears have been hammering it for months, if not years. If you're active on platforms like StockTwits or follow financial YouTubers, you've seen the skepticism. But here's the catch, this much short interest could actually act as jet fuel if news of this deal becomes official. Think about it. The moment this story hits the wires, the moment a €1 billion investment from McLaren into NIO is confirmed, you're going to see short sellers panic. The resulting short squeeze could be violent and fast. People who bet against NIO could find themselves on the wrong end of a once-in-a-decade price surge. We've seen it before in the market. This wouldn't be the first time that shorts got caught sleeping on a company's potential pivot point. Now, to be absolutely clear, this is still speculative. As I said, nothing has been officially announced regarding the monetary size of the deal. But those who are well connected in the EV ecosystem in China believe this is more than just whispers. It's the kind of rumor that only surfaces when something real is being finalized behind closed doors. So what happens if this turns out to be true? Well, not only does NIO get a major financial boost, but it could trigger a domino effect throughout the industry. Other automakers, particularly those in China, might be forced to reconsider their own tech suppliers. If McLaren, a legendary Western brand, is adopting NIO's technology suite, why wouldn't Chinese companies follow suit? Sure, there's ego involved. Let's not pretend there isn't. If Li Auto or Leapmotor, for example, were to use NIO software or chips, you can bet they wouldn't want to market their cars as powered by NIO. That's just how branding works. No one wants to shine a spotlight on a rival. But as the geopolitical climate shifts and access to Western tech becomes harder, especially high-performance chips from companies like NVIDIA, many automakers may have no choice but to look inwards. And right now, NIO has some of the most complete, independent tech stacks in the entire Chinese EV industry. We're talking about software that doesn't rely on Android. So if Android were to get sanctioned, NIO is immune? We're talking about hardware and chips developed in-house. If NVIDIA's GPUs become cost-prohibitive or blocked due to tariffs, NIO can still move forward. Most automakers aren't in that position. NIO is. And let's not overlook battery swap technology. NIO already has partnerships with major players like Geely and Chery to roll out battery swapping capabilities. If this McLaren partnership pushes other companies to consider integrating NIO's chips and software as well, it could cement NIO as the dominant B2B tech supplier for next-generation EVs. So here's the big picture. If this €1 billion rumor materializes into an official announcement, NIO won't just be another EV maker. It will become the EV tech provider respected, trusted, and deployed in everything from high-performance hypercars to everyday passenger vehicles. It could radically change how the industry views Chinese innovation and force everyone from Detroit to Stuttgart to take NIO seriously. To those of you betting against the stock, be careful. If this is real, and it drops without warning, you won't have time to cover. This could be the kind of squeeze that liquidates positions and ruins portfolios. I'm not trying to scare you, but the risk is real. In summary, we're at a pivotal moment. NIO's technology is proven. Their business model is evolving. And if the rumors are accurate, their reach is about to expand in a way that no one saw coming. McLaren could be the first in a long line of global manufacturers to jump aboard the NIO tech train, and once that train leaves the station, there's no telling how far it might go. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.